And welcome to Haydenfilms Verge, Episode 3. I'm your host, Hayden Craddolph.
And I'm Cesare Manansala, your co-host.
Awesome. We're going to have a great show. This is a wonderful run that we have. First episode and the second episode is out all over. So if you're interested in catching up with one of those episodes, please follow us on all of our channels at Hayden Films. But we're going to have a great guest today. His name is Mr. Eric Vollweiler. Now, he's a film festival producer and marketing consultant, and he's going to be talking about his career and how he helps film festivals around the country and even international film festivals. Matter of fact, here's Mr. Eric Vollweiler himself. Join us.
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh, hey, Hayden. Hey, Cesar.
Hey.
Yes, welcome. We appreciate you coming in. Now, you came in from upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
How was your drive?
It was good. Actually, I took the bus to Manhattan, and then I headed into Pennsylvania, and I'm here now, and this is a wonderful place. Everybody's very nice and friendly, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Great. So, our audience, obviously we have a worldwide audience, a lot of film fans out there in particular. How did you go down this path into film festival producing and things like that?
Well, back in the day when I was in high school, actually about to graduate, my background was actually in theater. I did a lot of different internships doing like PR and marketing in theater, and then I ended up moving to New York City before I even started college because I thought I could make it as an actor and a model. And what really was my first education in events was the New York nightclub scene. And I learned how to promote parties with some of the top promoters in New York City. And I was still a young kid. And what's really funny about this story is I ended up breaking my wrist breakdancing at the Tunnel, and I had to end up going back upstate and starting college. And then I went to school for theater. And then after that, I transferred into school, and I went to Boston. And from theater, I went into casting, but I always liked events. And my first internship on a film festival was in Boston, the Nantucket Film Festival, which is an amazing film festival. It's been around for a long time. And then after I finished in Boston, I ended up in LA. And my second internship, volunteer work, actually was at Sundance, which, as we all know, is Robert Redford's the founder. Awesome. And Park City, Utah is one of the best places to hold a film festival. It's an incredible time.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I'm very curious because you said that you've had your theater experience. So have you dabbled in acting or anything creative just like that?
Yeah. No, I actually did a lot of theater acting, and I actually even had a role in an independent film. I played it was called Respect. This was back in upstate New York. I had the lead role as a mafioso guy. Oh, wow. And I was murdered at the end, of course.
Oh my gosh, we don't want that to happen.
No.
So yeah. So what's your favorite genre of film?
I think I'm very much open to all different types of genres. There's no one favorite. I love romantic comedies. I cry at those.
Okay.
And I like action. I like, I'm definitely into horror films. I think horror is a good time. And I like foreign films. Sometimes it takes me a little time to read, but, they're still really, in general, I'm a big supporter of independent film overall because, first of all, there's more independent films made every year than there are motion pictures. And independent film brings out diversity, which you don't see Hollywood as much do that as much.
Sure, exactly. So what would you say is, the best part of the country to go to a film festival in particular? Is there a part of the country that has more festivals or a bigger festival culture versus another part?
I think New York City and Los Angeles have the most film festivals. I would say between 50 to 100 in each city. Okay. They have a lot. So.
Have you had any favorites as to what was the most memorable festival that you ever attended?
Yeah, I had a great time at the Garden State International Film Festival in Asbury Park, which was really fun. I got to work on that. The Boston International Film Festival, which was actually the Emerson College is where I went in Boston, and the theater was actually used to screen some of the films. So that was cool that Emerson was a part of it where I went to college after my college in upstate New York. Los Angeles, I worked in on the Silver Lake Film Festival, and that had over 15,000 attendees for the whole round. That was a good time. I think overall Sundance and Tribeca on a bigger level are probably my two favorites I've been to in the States. So.
Awesome. So for our audience out there, why does a filmmaker choose the festival route? And I think, people coin it as the festival circuit. So if you can tell our listeners, why does a filmmaker choose that route to get his film out there, to get it known? What's the benefits of something like that, using the festival circuit to get your film out there?
There's a couple of reasons why. Number one, a filmmaker hopes to get the film sold at one of the major markets, at the major film festivals. Another reason a filmmaker tries, the more the film is out there during the festival circuit, the more it gets known, the more popular, the more chances that filmmaker will succeed further in his career too, because of all, promoting the film and getting noticed as a filmmaker. So, distribution, and then of course hoping to get awards at festivals will bring that filmmaker further as well. Also, it's a great learning experience, networking experience, meeting some incredible contacts when you attend film festivals. And I think overall, just, being around, really talented and creative people. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been following a lot of your social media posts, especially on Twitter, Eric, and they're really great. Do you think that social media has definitely heightened the awareness to film festivals more so than social media or even the internet had been on the rise?
I think it's trying to get up there. I think there's still a lot of film festivals that haven't caught on yet. And that's one thing that, hopefully they need to understand that social media is really important, and to grow their audiences, no matter if it's submitting films or buying tickets at the end of the day to come see the filmmakers in their films.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really good point, Eric. I think again, film festivals that there's thousands of them globally, and there's new festivals coming out all the time. And a film festival needs to understand is that the audience, because of how they're connected, they may ultimately get a recommendation or a link sent to them on one of the different channels that are out there. And so there's a lot of eyeballs on these channels. So if you're going to try to sell tickets and get the quote unquote butts in the seats, so to speak, you need to have a really good, rich social media footprint, a digital footprint, as we call it here at Hayden Films Institute. And if you have that high level digital footprint, it not only helps you get more eyeballs on your brand, but the algorithms, the Googles, the different types of bots that actually search for these particular search terms. If someone says film festival near me, and if you're active on your channels, of course you're going to be able to be higher up in those search results. So yeah, I agree with you. I think film festivals should embrace social media, and we've been seeing a lot of activity recently, because every once in a while I think we do the film festival Friday posts, right?
Absolutely,
Tell
yes.
us, have you seen some of those posts?
Yes, I have.
Awesome. Good.
And if you have noticed, we tag you on these posts. And I believe you said that you visited at least across the country a lot of very notable film festivals, including Sundance. You ever been overseas?
I've not been overseas. Recently, I'm actually working right now. It's called the Independent Filmmakers Day during the Toronto International Film Festival. It's September 8th, but I brought Rain Dance. Rain Dance is known internationally as one of the, it's a large film organization based in London, and I basically connected them with the event I'm working on, which is pretty cool because they are from London. And then there might be an opportunity to work on a film festival in London next year. We'll see.
Sure. So, tell us, our audience, what are you working on? I know you have a slate of film festivals. You said you got about 3 or 4 coming up. And I know by the time this broadcast goes live, the September 8th festival may have already passed, with editing and everything. But tell us about the other 3 festivals that you have coming up and where they are, and how our audience and how people can connect and get tickets and go check out some of the great films.
Oh, great. Yes. The October 11th and 12th is the New York State International Film Festival. It's a short film festival. It's based in Albany, New York at the WAMC Linda Theater, which is in Albany. And you can get tickets through Eventbrite on that festival. And then my next event after that is in Clearwater Beach, Florida. It's January 11th and 12th. It's the Hacking Hollywood Pitch Fest, which is a conference. It's a 2-day conference that focuses on film financing, film distribution, women in film. It focuses on social media as well as marketing.
So that particular event, is there tickets for 1 day and 2 days? Are both packages available? Again, are those on Eventbrite?
Correct. They're both on Eventbrite.
Okay, awesome.
And then, again, I'm doing my third event at Sundance. Which is cool. It's through Artists United, and this year I brought on the Hip Hop Film Festival combined with Artists United, and that's going to be on Tuesday, January 28th. We're still working on the venue, so that will be to be announced.
But that's going to be in Park City, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So that's going to be during the Sundance Film Festival?
Right.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And that's going to be a mixer, a networking mixer, and a screening.
And so how do you get on that particular list? Is that going to be something that's going to be on your social media channels, or is that going to be on Artists United? How will viewers and interested parties get to that event?
Both, actually. You can find that through Artists United, the Hip Hop Film Festival links, or you can email me at evfilmfestivals@gmail.com.
Oh, that's fantastic. And of course, we're going to have a lot of those links on some of our social media channels as well. And of course, at any time, during this next 3 events that you have, send us the information and we'll get it out on Haydenfilms Verge and our social media channels as well. So what's next, do you think? What is your next goal for your career? Because we talk to a lot of different filmmakers and people in the industry, and they always have a horizon, and they're working on different things. You got anything that you can give us a sneak peek or tease to our audience what you're working on?
I do have something big happening in the background. I can't announce it yet.
Oh man, I like that.
Top secret.
Top secret, yeah.
Yes. But it's something that I think is going to be very popular and towards film festivals and entertainment events and in general, different new areas, and I'm really looking forward to being involved.
We look forward to getting the scoop on that one. We'd love to, tell the world about that for sure.
Of course. I was really curious about something too. As far as your experience is concerned, for anybody, especially for our listeners who are aspiring to work within the film festival circuit, what kind of education or what kind of prerequisites do you require in order to do what you do?
I think it goes different ways. Like sometimes filmmakers end up doing film festivals. You go to school for filmmaking. My background was theater arts, so I wanted to be an actor. Then I ended up going to school for management communications, PR, marketing, advertising, and brought the acting and that together. And my main focus on film festivals really is fundraising, so sponsorship and advertising is my strong point. I do I book speakers and entertainment professionals. I've done that on film festivals. I've done public relations. I've done social media, as you guys said you've followed me that way. And then I like doing production. So no matter if I'm selling tickets or setting up tables, it's all fun. It's a good time. And regards to my main focus, regards to sponsorship and advertising, everybody, I guess what I'm trying to say is that that's one of my focuses, and
sure,
I love it.
That's one of your passions. So, I know there's a lot of festivals out there, and, you see how different products and services and companies actually sponsor or co-brand certain events. Tell our listeners, or again, maybe companies out there, the benefits of specifically partnering with a film festival and how it does benefit that particular partner company and whatnot. How can they benefit from partnering from a film festival?
Well, the great thing about film festivals is that it's entertainment and it's a good time. It's fun. People love watching movies. They love coming out to movies. They love the networking aspect. There's educational aspect at a film festival. And if I was a company, and companies like that, they like giving money and spending money towards that entertainment and that good time and that good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So you would say that companies now in this 21st century are looking for more of these co-branded experiences nationwide and globally? Is that what they're looking for?
Yes, I am saying that.
Awesome. That's wonderful. I mean, we're always looking to, feature different businesses, and, it sounds like you have the network. So, hopefully, some of our listeners and companies can definitely connect with you on your journey into, continuing to do what you do and be passionate about it. One of the things that we do, Cesar, is we've announced this new question. So what we do is, Cesar, did you want to break it down, or I can throw it out there? What we do is, instead of having the audience reach out to us and ask you a question, Eric, sometimes we ask our guests to ask our listeners a question. So is there a particular question you may have that you would like our listeners to jump in, chime in, and comment on this particular podcast, and then maybe you can jump in and reply to some of their questions that they may have?
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So does there have a question? Tell the world.
So my question is, and I'm going to focus this on film festivals. I think it's going to be, what genres of films does your audience want to see at a film festival?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, very good.
That's wonderful. Cesar, want to follow up on that? Because I know you have certain things that you do on your personal channels as well in that realm. I think that would be a fantastic question to ask our audience.
Yeah, it's well, especially for me. And I don't know if you visited my Twitter page, Eric, but I'm very eclectic with what I like. I tend to not conform to what's popular. I like watching old school movies and all that. What I've always been curious about with film festivals is they really like to be out there as far as the genres of films that they cover and all that. Would a certain genre be the type of genre, I should say, that would draw audiences in? Have you noticed that? Like, there's a certain, like, either a horror film or a drama that brings people into film festivals, or has it always just been very general?
There's definitely the general film festivals, but then there are, for example, I've worked on different film festivals like that focus just on women. I've worked on festivals that just more focus on African Americans or the hip hop movement, which is, again, not focused on the music. It's focused on the culture and diversity of hip hop through the beginning, through a visual focus. And then I've worked on different film festivals that have worked with children, that there was family and children films. So, I mean, there are so many different types of film festivals, which is a positive thing, but they do pop up a lot, as we all know.
That's awesome. So there's a lot of niche film festivals that you've been to out there that have a lot of audiences, and that's a great thing for sure.
That's what I was trying to nail.
Definitely. So listen, Eric, we really do appreciate you stopping by. I mean, you have, gave us a lot of information, and we definitely are going to continue following your career, and we will make sure that our listeners get any additional updates on your next festivals that you'll be at. And for our listeners out there, if you're interested in participating in Eric's question, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through all of our platforms at Hayden Films. And if you're interested in being a guest in our upcoming show, send us an email at info@haydenfilmsinstitute.org, or definitely tag us on Instagram at Hayden Films. Have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Eric, thanks for coming on the show. Hope to see you again pretty soon.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.